Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok Covent Garden. It is Wok Wednesday, and this week we've teamed up with our great friends Neff, and we're doing a baked miso salmon donburi with brown rice. With brown rice, now I've got brown jasmine rice here. You just add more water than you would with normal white rice. So I've got about 3 or 4 times the water to rice, and I'm just gonna give the rice a good clean and then bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, lower it to a simmer for about 30 minutes or so. Once the level of the water hits the level of rice, just allow that to sort of steam through and cover it with a lid for another 15 minutes. That's how you cook your rice. This salmon dish is really easy. I'm going to start with the sauce and get that ready. Now I've got about sort of a tablespoon of miso, and then following a similar amount of sake and mirin. Now mirin tends to be a little bit sweeter, more sort of syrupy than your sake. Just give that a mix around. And then same amount of light soy. It's about a tablespoon of everything. That's going to be quite salty because of the soy sauce and the miso. So I'm going to balance that out with a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to baste that over the salmon just before I pop it into the oven. And you don't have to do this, but I quite like to get the skin nice and crispy. So I'm going to start by frying my salmon fillet skin side down before I then sort of take this miso paste, or this thinned out miso paste, and spread it over the salmon. And then I'll turn it just before I put it into the oven and bake that. My oven's set to 200 degrees C, so it's heating up nicely behind me. My salmon fillets I've actually dabbed dry with a bit of kitchen towel, so it's nice and dry over the skin especially. Now when your pan is super hot, then pop that skin side down and just press into it so it stays nice and flat. It's going to be really, really hot to get a good crisp finish on that skin. Any high heating oil is good for this. Vegetable oil, avocado oil, things like that. Once you've had a first sear, you can bring your heat down to medium heat. That just means that it's not going to char too quickly and overcook, but it gets that instant sear, so it crisps up nicely. Now as that's cooking, I am going to bake this rather than keep it on the frying pan. At this point, I'm going to start to just baste the top of the salmon fillet with that miso paste. It will hit the pan, I don't mind that. Caramelise a little bit on the base, I don't mind. Oh, look at that. And that sugar from the mix will caramelise quite quickly. So just keep basting that over the top so you get a good bit of flavour over the actual meat. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes on that skin side down before you then turn it. And when you turn it and pop it into the oven at that sort of highish temperature, then it will continue to crisp up. And cooking it this way, you should be able to just use your tongs and turn that quite easily without anything breaking. You can see that great crisp finish on the skin. If you want to keep the miso sauce going, we're only going to bake it for about 8 minutes in the oven. Then a small dash of water around the edge doesn't hurt. You don't need to move that too much. Just let that sit in the miso and then straight into the oven. 200 degrees C, 8 minutes. So the spinach is really easy. Just a bit of garlic, stir fried with the spinach, a little bit of light soy, sake and mirin. Garlic in. A quick stir fry, your spinach can go in with it. Whilst it's on a high heat, a splash of light soy sauce, no more than 1.5 tablespoons, a little bit of mirin and sake. Fold that through, let that wilt down. Really simple cooking this. That's done. Once that's wilted, sesame seeds over the top. Sesame oil just at the end. And then just leave that side and then we'll serve that up once the fish is ready. Now whilst the pan's still really hot, if this sauce is caramelized a little bit too much, just add a bit of water to it. You can thin that out. You can use that sauce from that marinade. If you had time, you could sort of keep the salmon marinated in that sauce before you pan fry it as well. Just mop up a load of that sauce. Look at that, looks delicious. Let's get some of the side. And I've got a thick bit of salmon there, so I'm going to keep that. It should be nice and almost like medium cooked. The rice going to shape nicely. It's a really healthy dish, this. Fillet of salmon, you could break it up, but I'm going to keep it nice and whole. And your spinach just over the top. And your miso gravy over the top of that crispy fish skin. A little bit drizzled over the rice, why not? It's proper home style, quick Japanese cooking. Last few sesame seeds and some spring onion to garnish. Don't forget, beautifully home pickled ginger and radish. Miso salmon donburi. My salmon is perfectly cooked. It's always nice to get a bit of everything on a taster. Quite often, the simplest cooking is best. Really simple Japanese dish for home cooking. If you like this type of recipe and you want to cook more at home and you like these Asian flavors, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and thanks to Neff for bringing us these videos. Don't forget guys, like.